The year is 2020. COVID and the related closures of sporting events have hit non-league football particularly hard, being reliant on income and community support. One such team is Old Parliamentarians FC, an amateur team based out of London. Faced with lockdown after lockdown, Old Parliamentarians was on the brink of being forced to close all operations. However, a lucky windfall came in the form of an eccentric donation from someone's will. The amount of money would be enough to keep the club solvent, but it came with a catch. The benefactor's name was Martyn, and the condition was that every player who played for the club from now on would have to be named Martyn, or have Martyn in their name in some form or another. Seemingly left with no choice, the club accepted the terms, and Martyn United was born.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Dean, and I'm here with the start of a new series. It's a bit of a different one, hopefully it's pretty enjoyable, but welcome to Martyn United. Today, I'm going to basically explain what's going to happen and show you the team. So, the idea behind this series is it's a typical single club save, but I'm only allowed to sign players with the name Martyn. So if we go to an example here, Martyn. And if we go to my squad, it is only people who are either named Martyn, or have Martyn somewhere in their names, like Martynoffer. Now, the reason I picked Martyn is because it can be both a first and a last name. You have examples across multiple cultures. It's obviously a very English, Irish sounding name, but you can also use Martinez, which is, opens up Latin regions. And then you also have Martinelli as well, which is Italian, I think. So it gives a lot of other options. And that would be better. I think that would be better than another more common first name, maybe Steve or something like that, because I also can use it as a last name. So that rule is going to be for our playing team only. Those are the rules set by the gentleman who bought out the team. His name was Martyn, so we have only Martyns in the team. But the staff and me, we won't be named Martyn, because that's not our names. For the purpose of future youth intakes, every player in that will be renamed to Martyn, because we wouldn't be bringing people into our youth intake who aren't named Martyn. So hopefully that means that if we get to a stage where we just can't find any other players with that name, we should be able to at least rely on youth players for a bit, and we won't be just absolutely killed. Alright, so let's have a look at our starting squad. Our starting 11 as of the first game of the series. Now, so what I initially did was I got a scouting package of all of UK and Ireland and added every Martyn to a shortlist. And then I removed the package. Shout out to Zealand for that. That's a really useful tip. Usually I wouldn't do that, but considering I can only sign people with one name, I'm going to do it and not feel bad about it. So I did that and signed as many people as I could to contracts. As you can see, most of them are pretty trash. But the best players we currently have are in our team. So we start off with our starting goalkeeper for now, Martyn Furness. He is 16 years old and he's awful, as you can tell. But compared to the other goalkeepers I had access to, he has a 10 in aerial reach and 12 in decision making. His reflexes are awful, handling are awful, but he's also 16, so maybe he gets better real quickly. That's the hope there. In backup, we have Barry Martyn, who's a bit better, but he's also 39 years old, and I don't think there's going to be any room to grow there. So Barry Martyn is the backup. Right back, currently we have Paul Martyn. One thing you'll notice about all the players on the team is they're all going to be very aggressive. simply because at this level, I presume aggression, natural fitness, and determination aren't really included in a player's current ability or potential ability or whatever it is, because it's even at the absolute lowest level, everyone who has somewhat highest ratings has really high aggression and really high natural fitness. So we've got Paul Martyn in here because he's actually fast, which is quite a change compared to everyone else. And he has some leadership. He's not awful at crossing, but everything else is pretty bad. But that is the example of a 5-star player for us at the moment. But as our ball-playing defender, we currently have Martin Fraser, who has a high jumping reach, and that's about it. That's literally all he has to offer. Our center defender is Liam Martin, who is a bit better, but that's just like he has a tackling of 9 and a marking of 6. Yeah, I don't mind the cat. But again, physically isn't the worst possibly, has 10 and 11 there, so compared to everyone else, that's not too bad. I might even consider actually playing him as a left defender, because our current left defender is Martin Oxborough, and he is not good. 5 pace, 8 acceleration. Leadership and teamwork aren't bad, but he's still just awful, like actually awful. Let's just actually swap those over now. And we'll bring on Roberts off the bench. Okay, so that's our new center defender. Actually has some physical ability to him, has good work rate, but he's got a tackling of 6 and a marking of 4. It's going to be a very rough first year. Thankfully, we then get to the midfield where not everything is awful. We have Luke Martin, who is physically there. He's aggressive. He's got good determination. He's got good composure, good vision. His passing is 9. He could actually be a decent player. His first touch of 12. He's 19, could learn a lot. He's probably just going to be the start of the team for quite a while here. And we have Declan Martin, who also has a high first touch. Very determined, very aggressive. Not quite as physically fast, but he's got technique of 10, marking of 10, and a decent work rate. So that's going to be our centre midfield there. On the wings, we have Martin Smith. He's 26 years old, has a pace of 11. He's got some technique, he's got some work rate, and he's got some free kicks. He is super aggressive though. I'm kind of worried about this team being so aggressive. I feel like they're just going to just get so many red cards and it'll be ridiculous. And on the other wing, we have Jake Martin, who's slower, but he's got good balance, I guess. He's a tall winger, which seems really weird to me, 189 centimeters tall. But, you know, he's better than anyone else in that position right now. And finally, in our strikers, we actually have 2 strikers who are out of action at the moment. We've got Martin North and Martin Noah. Martin Noah isn't the one I'm interested in. Martin North, I want to run simply because he's got the higher acceleration and pace. That's probably about all he has to offer. But the one I'm more interested in is Martin Wilson, because despite the fact he has a pace of 5, he has an acceleration of 10 and a finishing of 12. So he could actually be a sort of like Route 1 poacher. Just hit the ball to him and he knocks it into the goal. But again, he's got a finishing of, well, but he's still got a pace of 5. So even if his acceleration's good, he's going to hit his max speed very quickly. Gary Martin, who we're running as our target man currently, he's got a pace of 3, acceleration of 3. So he's not going to be moving at all, but he has high strength. He's got a heading of 11. Maybe we can use him as a target man where he just stands there and absorbs the ball, passes it on to someone else. That's really all I can think of that would be at all useful. Then Martin Nichols is pretty pacey. He's got some good flair. He's going to be our poacher. The finishing and heading and all his other stats are completely worthless. And I'm not looking forward at all to playing this team. But this is the best team we can make. We've got a bunch of other people on the bench, and I don't really want to introduce everyone else here because there's a very good chance that it's not going to be here. Because one of the downsides of doing this sort of save is we have no wage budget. Our entire team is amateur. So if any of these players start actually performing and getting better, they immediately get snapped up. Snapped up, taken away. There's no actual contract here on any of these players, and we have no way to sign more players. So I need to basically just make sure to keep looking for all the best Martyns. I've got a short list of everyone named Martyn, and we're just keeping the scouting information up. So, yeah, that's one good thing about having just this sort of rule set. I only need to send my scout to scout people with this name. So it isn't the case of sending them to a certain region. It's a case of sending them to just these players. So that's the team to start with. I'll show you our competitions. So we're playing in the Hertfordshire Senior County League Senior 1. Yeah, it's a real short but sweet name. And that on the board expects us to finish in the top 4 places. We have a look at the season preview. Thanks to my amazing scouting and Martyn hunting, we're expected to be promoted in first. And in the Media Dream 11, we have 5 out of those 11 players as in our team. So I think we've developed an okay team for now, but with everyone freely signing and chopping and changing with amateur contracts, it's going to be hard. We also have a cup competition where we're expected to reach the second round. I believe that's only in the Hertfordshire. I think all the teams in this are only in the Hertfordshire County. Have a quick look. Yeah, that's all Hertfordshire County, the Hertfordshire Senior County League Premier Division and Hertfordshire Senior County League Senior 1 Division. Oh, we're going to have to get promoted out of here pretty quickly, I think, because I don't want to have to keep saying those names. But yeah, so that is the team. I think I'm going to be pretty happy to call it there for now. Next episode, we'll play our first 2 games. The first game is going to be our opening game in the Senior 1 League against Hinton. And we have our first cup game against Wheat Hampstead Wanderers, which is going to be a very interesting game. I have no idea how good their team is. I presume they're not great because they're in the same division as us. This guy's on an actual... Oh no, that goes on youth content anyway. Yeah, should be very fun. I'm excited to see how this goes. Yeah, if you want to see more, then please feel free to subscribe to the channel or chuck a like on it. Either one or both would be greatly appreciated. Helps keep me motivated to making more of these. And yeah, I'll see you next time.